Alrighty. Welcome to my office, everybody. Sorry I'm a couple of minutes late. Got a really good excuse, though. What time is it? 7:36, October 11th, 2018. This is your daily Forex trading strategy session brought to you by Forex.Today. Make sure you subscribe right here. That way when I hit stream, you're notified. And if you want to join, you just click a button and it brings you right into the webinar. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I appreciate likes. It tells me what content you appreciate. And also, if you're watching a recording, leave a comment under the video about what you want me to cover. I do read those. Just takes a few seconds. Just say, hey, Wayne, can you talk about price action a little bit more or something? Great. So without further ado, let's get going. It's going to be an amazing day. So another trading day, another opportunity for us to get together here at the Forex.Today YouTube channel. My name is Wayne McDonald. I am the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. Nice to meet you. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. I do these sessions every single day because I want you to succeed. I want to lead by example, but ultimately at the end of the day, I want you to develop the skills and confidence to trade real money. And when you get to that point, out of loyalty and respect, I hope you would consider TradersWay.com as the prime broker for your successful Forex trading business. And while you're waiting for that glorious day of success and pips raining out of the sky, maybe you'd visit Traders Way and open a demo account, test our spreads, execution speed, customer service, all that kind of stuff, and become part of the family. Oh, and so yesterday I had a medical emergency with a family member, and I've spent the entire night at, well, not quite the entire night, at the hospital. Missed class and everything, spent, well, I don't know, 12 hours, not quite 12 hours, 10 hours at the hospital, left the hospital about 3 o'clock in the morning, got home, got to sleep about 3:30, got up at 6:30, and here I am for you. So, running on adrenaline again, running on coffee again, but that's my dedication to you. As you imagine, I might want to sleep in. As you imagine, I might want to just stay in the hospital. All that kind of stuff. But no, I raced back so I could be here for you today. Okay, but that's a serious deal. I mean, that's my real life. You're real to me. You're important to me. And I hope you know that. Yeah, looks like it. Looks like things will be okay. But you never know, and more tests, and more tests, and more tests. But anyways, so I'm sort of being the advocate here, and I'm asking everyone questions, the nurses, the doctors, and everything. I'm asking, but good questions, right? The doctor turns to me and says, "Are you in the medical field?" I said, "No, but I'm wicked smart." No, I'm not a doctor, but I go to Harvard. It was great. So my dad goes, yeah, well, this, you know, the funny part is it's actually true. He is wicked smart. And then she says, yeah, well, anyone that says that is usually truly really is. So they're all like, yeah, a-hole, but he's right. So anyways, that's pretty funny. So anyways, let's get going. So yeah, so that's real life. Oh, and I forgot to mention the part where there's a hurricane. So I'm driving home at like 3 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black. Lights have been knocked out. There's branches and trees and leaves and pine needles all over the freeway. Absolutely pitch dark. Rain's crashing this way and that way. And I'm zooming home so I can get to you. Like, no joke, through a hurricane. So anyways, I'm here. Let's get going. But I do want you to know that I care about you, and I really do want you to succeed. I really do. Okay, one other housekeeping bit. The programmer says she's figured out the problem with the 20% of people not getting the link or the download page for the charts. That's what she says. Maybe it's true. But I'm not entirely convinced. But she said, she's like, oh yeah, I found this problem, so I twisted this and I turned that, and it'll work now. Okay, well, I don't know. My confidence is low. Maybe it's just because I haven't slept. But anyways, for those that are having trouble downloading the templates, try it one more time. Maybe it'll work. If it doesn't work, that programmer ends up in the pile of previously used programmers, and I got another guy that's going to come in and clean up her mess and do it different and fix it and all that kind of stuff. So more money raining out of the sky for that, but then at the end of the day, it gives you the tools you need. So please give it a try. It had to do with two different things trying to do the same thing, and I'm like, whatever. So if this doesn't work, she's fired. Okay, so trying to get her done for you, that's all. Really? And Rinko, you used Internet Explorer, right? Okay, so some people say it is working. Yeah. Doesn't work. Okay, well, so she's fired then. It's not my fault, it's your fault. Yeah, don't use Chrome. We've already established that. So try Explorer, and that probably will work. That's sort of the workaround at the moment. That's the workaround. Just use Internet Explorer. That's all I'm asking you. I will not accept that as a long-term fix. So this programmer goes onto the pile of previously used programmers at the bottom of my window. And I got the next one lined up. Hot to go, HOTTOGO. Okay? Is that right, Shug? And it still didn't work, huh? Okay. Might be country-based, you know, but whatever. Let me just redo the whole thing for you. Okay? Well, I'm sorry, Shug. So, anyways, thank you for your patience. I'll just throw more money at it. Let's move on.com, all right? All right. All right. Let's back out. What do you think, bullish or bearish? So let's go all the way back. Clearly, you can see we were in a situation where we had to decide bull or bear. Way back on Monday. Oh, this is interesting too. Way back on Monday. You see, Friday, there's the front run, if you're a bear. Then Monday, there's the actual trade. This is where you're supposed to get out, right? So everyone knows in swing trading that that's an entry. But here's the interesting thing about this. This is also an obvious take profit area, especially because you hit the target on Tuesday. So the idea is that actually will probably, not always, but can return back to the central pivot, so you should have been out. And then this monster move is more news related, right? Pharaoh says it worked for me, but but now that doesn't make sense. Pharaoh, it's even hosted by a service so that doesn't. So you click it, that doesn't make sense either. So let me, like I said, I'll fire them. I want to make you happy. Okay, so anyways, this is more news related. It's not technical. You know, the only way to play it technically is the breakout strategy. Okay. Okay. And that's also good too. It's kind of dangerous in this scenario, but nonetheless, it worked. I kind of feel like we're backfilling, and you know, this kind of idea of like, look, see, it worked. But it was definitely tradable. Like, it could have worked for you. I don't think it would have talked you into the trade. But that's what's going on there, okay? And then when you're in a scenario like this, you have to also continuously ask yourself, you know, where is it that we're going? We're not really, let me get rid of this because this is the support and resistance, right? So you treat it like a breakout. Okay, so what's really in play here? It's not quite an R and it's not really an S. So there's nothing technical going on here, is the way I kind of read this. Now you might argue, Wayne, this is an inverse head and shoulders and stuff. Okay. But that goes all the way back to non-farm payrolls. Do you guys remember what the reason I did this is because of the inverse head and shoulders? So you look to the left and there's to the right, right? So that's the first front run down. And then the second one is Monday. So, I mean, I shouldn't say there's nothing technical going on. But let's say there's nothing, well, I can't say pivot point either. There's no monthly pivots. I think I can say that for sure. There's no monthly pivot going on here. It's all weekly. So let's do this. It's the first one. So, you know, you can kind of look at it like that. The problem with going pure weekly here is that you don't have a target, right? Right? There's no pivot target. Now, I think there really would be, but let's just go and draw our support and resistance together. Oh, there's water on my screen. All right, there we go. Why is there water on the screen? Nothing raining here. Okay. All right. So, do you think this is important? I can't grab it anymore. Okay. This is why we always mark our support and resistance over and over and over. Okay. You see where the consolidations happened? Okay, the consolidation happened in here with the monthly pivots, but it should, right? Even if you didn't have monthly pivots, it's predictable, isn't it? Okay, see where all that was? See all that consolidation? It just happened to happen around here. Okay, and then it stretches into the weeklies. So remember that whole Arctic turtle thing? The analogy of Arctic turtle? That's sort of an example. So, okay, you look, you see this is, I'm trying to get this top as accurate as possible. Now you go look right, and you can see most of this consolidation happened around that price. But what else happened? Well, not everybody saw that, or other people had other things in mind besides that support. They're trying to fit the, let's say, the properties of the weekly swing trade into that same analysis. So they're like, all right, there's a lot of support here, but then you got to overlay that with the weeklies, and we want to include that. And that's the Arctic turtle idea, where it stretches its neck out to grab. I mean, the traders know they're at support, but they can also see that low-hanging fruit. So they like go a little farther, like just a little farther to that weekly S2, and then snap, because they all get out. Like, they just wanted to grab that, right? So that's kind of how I see that, where they're both accurate, they're both being played, but you can see how like it created that top. So why not create this bottom, right? And then you go to the next level, drag it across, and there should be to some degree, at least some sort of consolidation. Okay. What a technician would do is look left and drag that across and all that kind of stuff. Seems pretty far away, and if we got up there, that seems like a double bottom right back at 112. So maybe that's what's setting up. We never know until it's happened, right? So you got to plan, have contingency plans. What other support and resistance would you analyze on here? There's something going on here and something going on there. I'd almost combine these two. Okay. And then what? I'd go lower and I'd try to combine this stuff. Okay. I mean, do you stretch to there? I don't know. But that's currently next week's S2. Okay. Okay. You see what I mean? Most important thing is support and resistance, folks. Okay, thank you, John. Yeah, that's what I figured. It's like sometimes people just can't comprehend the problem, and I think that's what the programmer is doing. Like, she's okay at what she's doing, but I don't think she comprehends the problem. So she's working on all the wrong things, and which is worthy of being fired, right? So, let me throw her on the pile of dead bodies, and we'll get the new guy going. So hopefully by Monday or something, right? But thank you for your patience, guys. All right, so that's that. And how about the Aussie? I like that boom, boom, boom. I sold 2008. You sold 2000 late. I like that boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay. Very interesting stuff going on here, huh? Yeah, lots of pops and drops. Look at this gray zone from earlier. I just didn't drag it over on this particular one. But, look at that, huh? Oh, for sure, eh? All it did was drop to the support. Then you can see that all you had to do is look left, try to grab this resistance somehow. There's multiple ways you could have marked it, maybe a little higher or something. But you knew the basic sell zone, and it was very plausible. Now, I would have probably paid a lot of attention to the monthly pivot. It's not particularly an important pivot in this case because it's blown through M2, but what used to be support can act as resistance, right? So now here's the thing, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Didn't mean to draw it, but let's see if I can utilize my mistake. Make lemonade. Okay. Yeah, we might be in a scenario. Let me just get rid of that. I sold 2008. You sold 2000 late. I like that boom, boom, boom. There you go. So if you were going to try again, that's your Salzone, as they say in Italy. Tony, what do you sell at this Aussie? Luigi, you sell the Salzone. So that's the Salzone, according to Tony and Luigi. Very, very horribly stereotyped, of course, but you notice I don't make fun of the Sicilians. Okay, next step down, you see I already have it marked, so we've talked about it before, and it's a cluster of support and weekly support. Price support, weekly support. So that's the, the conservative trader would look to take profit down in here. Oh, for sure, eh? Cool. Okay, so we had two things going on ZAR. Okay. Oh yeah, we'll do gold, Boris. Okay, we'll do gold. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay, look at the price action though, right? Down, 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 up. This is the weekly swing. Down, that's the target. This is an out of position move, and then it just fails. But notice on the monthly basis, so we had this on the end of September, in the beginning of October. This is the swing move, right? You can see we're actually talking about it well into September. Maybe, yeah, the last full week of September is basically here. What we're talking about is, hey, this is a place where bulls would buy. We don't know if bulls are there, or if we do, we don't know how many and all that kind of stuff. It's not an amazing place for bears to take profit, right? Often we talk about that, where reversals take place at where bears get out. Well, notice this isn't actually a place where bears would get out, but it is a place for bulls to get in. What does that mean? Well, I don't know. Write it down in your observations. Keep a list of things like what happens when you get to a monthly pivot where the bulls and bears, whatever team it is, they're expected to take profit. What happens to the market? Okay, in this case, USD ZAR drops significantly. The South African rand gained a lot over the course of a month. Hit a target where there's clearly bulls, but it's not a target where bears would get out. What happens in this scenario, which is different from other scenarios? Okay, well, bulls did buy, right? They did buy at exactly the price you'd expect. I mean, like very, 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 very accurate. And what do we have here? A week ago, 10 days ago, we have this drawn like, yeah, well, somewhere around this price, just below 15, this should drop again. And it kind of looks like it's working its magic.